Over the weekend, the Rangers continued their dominance in 2011 over the Oakland A's, sweeping the three-game series and extending their winning streak over the A's to 8 games. As happy as the A's are in seeing Texas leave, they might be happier with the arrival of Baltimore. The green and gold have simply dominated the Orioles at home, winning 12 of the last 13. Taking the ball tonight for Oakland will be Gio Gonzalez, whose first half of the season earned him an all-star invite. But in the second half, he has not shown the same form. Can Gio get back on track and lead the A's to a win? Stay tuned. A's-Orioles, Game 1, coming up next. A Monday Night Baseball from the O.K Coliseum. The A's are trying to get back on the winning track as they welcome the Baltimore Orioles to town. Gio Gonzalez is also trying to get back on the winning track. It's the first of a 3-game series. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Oakland A's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, you saw the A's record, 53-67. Obviously a disappointing season, Ray, but maybe the highlight of this season has been the play of Jemiah Weeks. He looks like a keeper.
Well, I think what we're going to see in the future is a tremendous player, maybe even an all-star, Gold Glover, because he is playing outstanding baseball, whether it's in the field, a diving play in the outfield, coming up quickly and throwing, or swinging the bat. Remember, he started against these Orioles when the A's were back in Baltimore, picked up his first triple, so he's playing great, and I think, again, all we're going to see is someone just continue to get better and better. The game is very fast for him right now. He is fast, but so is the game, but it's going to slow down. He's going to be a great player.
Well, Gio Gonzalez was the A's all-star this year, had a very nice first half, but, boy, Ray, he has really hit the skids here in the second half.
You know, he's talked about a little bit of bad luck, but I think from Gio Gonzalez, it's just a matter of when you're an all-star, everybody turns up their game just a little bit of an extra notch, trying to do better against you. Granted, he has not made a lot of great pitches, but I think for him, a lot of times he takes it a little personally whenever guys hit against him, especially a lefty. But I think Gio, again, like Jemiah Weeks, Gio's already an all-star. He's going to get better and better. If he can get his 10th win tonight, we may see some great things for him in the last 6 weeks of the season.
So Gio Gonzalez for the Athletics. Tommy Hunter's going to pitch for the Baltimore Orioles. He came over in the trade from the Texas Rangers. So there's your pitching matchup for Game 1 of this 3-game set. We'll have lineups and first pitch from the Coliseum in just a moment.
Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Welcome back to the O.co Coliseum as the A's with the gold tops on tonight take the field for the first of three between the Baltimore Orioles and the Athletics. Game time weather for tonight. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 69 degrees, and it's another beautiful night at the ballpark. Cool and comfortable is what we'll call it. Gio Gonzalez just starting his warm-up tosses. The A's trying to regroup after a very difficult weekend where they were swept by the first-place Texas Rangers. So here's the lineup tonight for the Baltimore Orioles. Nolan Reimold is in left. J.J. Hardy at short, having a terrific season. Nick Markakis in right. Adam Jones in center. Vladimir Guerrero is the designated hitter. Matt Wieters will catch. Mark Reynolds at first. Robert Andino at second. And Josh Bell is the third baseman.
July the 17th, that's the last win for Gio Gonzalez against the Angels. He's lost 4 straight. And, of course, still looking for win number 10. Get to double figures, 15-game winner last year. And Gio Gonzalez just needs to get over the hump, pitch well, and not really think about anything other than just trying to throw strikes, have his club score some runs. And I think the biggest thing for him tonight, he's the alternate go jersey. Went away from it. He's back in tonight. Maybe that would be a good omen for him.
Here's the A's defense tonight. Matsui in left, Crisp in center, DeJesus in right. Sogard will play third base tonight. Pennington at short, Weeks at second, Brandon Allen at first, and Kurt Suzuki is the catcher. So Buck Showalter and the Baltimore Orioles. It has not been a good season, folks. They are 46-72. That's the worst record in the American League. And the first pitch of the ball game to Nolan Reimold is a swing and a miss. So the A's and the Orioles underway from the Coliseum.
I think coming out of last season when Buck Showalter took off, the Orioles played very well with Buck at the helm. A lot of expectations coming into the season. Pretty good club, good lineup. Just not has panned out for them this season. And that man will try to turn it around again as he is under contract, and we'll be back.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. The only team with a worse record than the Orioles in the major leagues is the Houston Astros. And the Orioles 17-37 on the road. That's the second worst road record in the major league. So tough year for the Orioles. And as Ray said, a year where I think they felt like maybe playing 500 was a reasonable goal.
And it's been a while for them since they have played 500, had a winning season. By the way, Houston's trailing tonight 4-1 in the sixth, the Cubs.
Broken bat, big bouncer. Weeks charges on the run, and they just get Reimold, and that's how the ball game starts.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game. No success against the Rangers, but they have had plenty against the Orioles. That's his 3-game sweep here, but unfortunately the A's were swept in Baltimore. And for Gio, trying to get back to the basics, and he just did a very good job. 5 pitches to get Reimold, broke his bat. And an easy out, although Jamal Weeks made it look easy. This guy might be the surprise of baseball, J.J. Hardy. Saw him in Baltimore leading off, hit a leadoff home run against the A's.
Here's the numbers, 23 home runs.
Got him a multi-year contract, too. Don't blame him. Played well for the Twins last year. Signed with the Orioles.
Hardy would have been a free agent after this year, but the Orioles certainly have liked what they've seen, and they gave him a 3-year extension. Well, he's a very good shortstop with lots of power. That's a good ballpark to hit in Baltimore, so probably a good move by J.J. Hardy as well. Another broken bat, this one to the shortstop Pennington. So 2 hitters, 2 broken bats, 2 outs.
Well, I hope Freddie Tyler brought a lot of bats. He's We see him back in Baltimore with the Orioles in the visiting clubhouse, and he is traveling as his brother Jim works on the home side. Did not get a chance to see Freddie, but I heard he's here. So they usually pack a lot of bats, and after the first 2 broken ones, they might need them.
So here's Nick Markakis. This is the start of a 10-game road trip for the Orioles. They will play 3 here. They will play 3 in Anaheim against the Angels and then 4 in Minnesota. They just finished up a long homestand. Umpires tonight, Larry Vanover calls balls and strikes. Brian Gorman, the crew chief. And Dan Bellino and Tony Randazzo. Up and in, 2-1.
You look at this lineup, and there's Hardy, a very good season. Markakis, Jones, Guerrero, Wieters, Reynolds. It's a good lineup, just to name a few.
Well, they score enough runs. The pitching just, again, it just seems like the Orioles cannot get it right with the pitching, but they had 3rd most home runs in the American League. 9th in runs scored, so they're right around in the middle in the most important runs category. But here's the number, Ray. Run differential for the Baltimore Orioles, they're a minus 137.
It's not good.
That's not good.
No.
That is not good, folks. Three-two pitch to Markakis, and he hits a high fly ball down the left field line toward foul territory, and Hideki Matsui reaches into the crowd and cannot quite get it. So you saw the hitting numbers. They're okay, but the pitching numbers, that's the problem. Worst ERA in the American League. Most home runs allowed. Quite a few walks. It continues to be an issue for the Orioles, is that pitching staff. They were 13th in the league last year in pitching.
Well, if you hit a lot of home runs, but you give up a lot, that's not necessarily good. But they play their home games in a hitter-friendly park. I think that's the biggest thing. Oriole Park at Camden Yards has always been a good hitter's park. But you know, Buck Showalter will not, I mean, he's into the game every day, regardless of the record. And, of course, he is looking for the future of this ball club, as he will be their manager. Coming back.
This one could be playable. Sogard goes into a slide right off the top of the dugout.
Just did not come back enough as the ball hit on top of the dugout. And now, guys, you're supposed to help your teammate. It looked like they did not want any part of it. Which fortunately went into the slide before he got into the dugout.
That one bounced up the middle. Pennington is there behind the bag at second. So 3 ground ball outs for Gio Gonzalez and nothing for the Orioles in the top of the first. Weeks, Chris, Matsui, Willingham, DeJesus, Allen, Pennington, Suzuki, and Sogard. Sogard playing third base.
Well, the former Texas Ranger, Tommy Hunter, on the mound for the Orioles tonight. Uhara was traded to the Rangers. The Orioles got Tommy Hunter. He's had a lot of success against the Athletics. And that's a combined record. He had been on the disabled list, joined the Rangers, went to bullpen, but now in the uniform of the Baltimore Orioles.
Here's the Orioles defense tonight. Reimold is in left, Jones in center, Markakis in right, Bell, Hardy, and Dino Reynolds on the infield with Matt Wieters doing the catching. So big Tommy Hunter kicks in. The first pitch to Weeks is a strike. Tommy Hunter, the media guide says 6'3", 280 pounds. Just looking at him, it looks like he may have lost a little weight from last year.
From what we saw in Texas, yes. I think it's a good call and great on his part. I think when we saw him in Texas when he came back to the Rangers off the disabled list, and fortunately for him, he's going to be in the rotation, and then they put him in the bullpen because their starter's been doing so well.
Oh, 0-2 to Weeks. He'll be followed by Crisp and then Matsui. Tommy Hunter was a high draft pick of the Texas Rangers. There's a supplementary pick. 54th player taken in the 2007 draft. Went to the University of Alabama. And he can get a chance here in Baltimore.
If they're looking for pitching, he's got a great chance.
So I'm sure he'll take the final 6 weeks of the season, see if he can show Buck Showalter what he can do as a member of the rotation. It's a banged up starting rotation for the Orioles. There's a line drive left center field. That's a base hit. So Jamal Weeks has a single to start the bottom of the first.
That's a great swing on a pretty good curveball from the right-hander. Jamal stayed back and served it into left center. That's a great swing. We highlighted Jamal Weeks. You get the chance to see an ultra mole and slightly choking up. Great concentration on a curveball, stayed inside the ball as he started his major league career in Baltimore against these Orioles. And I think at 3 games, probably felt like it went in about 3 seconds. But it will start slowing down and continue to slow down. Jamal Weeks will continue to improve every time he gets out on the field.
He's been pretty good so far. First pitch to Coco Crisp is a strike. Weeks has 13 steals in 19 attempts this year. Josh Bell, the third baseman, on the grass. And there's another strike called. 0-2 to Coco Crisp with Matsui up next. A's are 53 and 67 on the year, so game number 121 for the Athletics. 4 games over 500 at home, 31 and 27. There's a liner into the glove of the third baseman Josh Bell, and that's out number 1. That is our true story brought to you by McDonald's, and here it is, June 8th. Here's the major league debut for Jamal Weeks. Gets his first major league hit off Zach Britton. That was in the 3rd inning. It was a double. He went 3 for 3 in that game. So that was better. Remember his first at bat, I think he took 3 strikes right down the middle and walked back to the dugouts, but it got a lot better since then. 71 hits in 58 games for Weeks.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. You know, he had a Hall of Fame career. What'd you do in your first at bat? I took 3 right down the middle.
Yeah.
Didn't get the bat off my shoulder. Nobody told me when I made my debut I was supposed to swing the bat. It's just supposed to look good.
He's been swinging it since.
Yes, he is.
This is the third series that these two teams have played. And the first two have been home sweeps. The A's swept the Orioles here at the end of May, and then that series that we just showed you, Jamal Weeks making his debut. But that was a sweep at the beginning of June for the Orioles at Camden Yards. So 3-3 is the record. Weeks goes, the throw is right there, and he's out. So good throw by Matt Wieters. He's done a real nice job throwing runners out this year, and he made a perfect throw. Wasn't really that close at second base.
Well, you talk about improvement as a catcher. He's a tall catcher, but comes out very quickly. And man, what a strong, accurate throw to the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. And nothing you can do about that except tip your hat to Matt Wieters. Took him so long to make the call second. Dan Bellino, I think he's out plenty.
Best caught stealing percentage in the major leagues belongs to Matt Wieters. So Weeks is thrown out, and Matsui hits with a 2-1 count. There's a shot. Nice play by Hardy to his left quickly. He throws out Matsui. Side retired. A hit for the A's, nothing else. No score after one.
Tuesday home game, with the exception of premium games and dual events with the arena, you'll pay nothing to park. It's all courtesy of Chevy. See your Northern California Chevy dealer for a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, and crossovers. For more information, visit OaklandAthletics.com/Tuesday. It's tomorrow. Come out, 25, 30,000. Come out, park for free.
Adam Jones to lead it off. Yeah, somewhere in that area, I'm guessing.
I mean, park for free. That's a bonus. Come out and watch a great baseball game.
First pitch to Adam Jones, down around the knees. Jones, Guerrero, and Wieters here for the Baltimore Orioles. Weeks on the backhand, straightens up and throws out Jones, 1 out. So 4 ground ball outs for Gio Gonzalez.
Got to keep the infielders on their toes, and more importantly, keep the ball out of the air and any chance of home runs. And if you can do that with this guy coming up, it's off to a great start tonight. 4 ground ball outs, and then you face Vladimir Guerrero.
Always fun to watch that flat hit. He's dangerous, but there is some entertainment value when he steps in the box. Big rip, and he fouls it straight back.
And that ball would hit him in the right knee had he not swung and made contact. Better to swing and make contact instead of getting hit. That's Vladimir Guerrero. One of the toughest hitters to face in baseball, especially if you're going to try to pitch around him.
Guerrero has spent a little time on the disabled list. Got back off the disabled list on the 26th of July. So thus the numbers down a little bit. It's 10 homers and 41 RBIs. Skies this one to shallow right. Weeks out. DeJesus in, and it'll be David DeJesus who's under. So 2 outs, big story in baseball tonight. Jim Thome hit a pair of home runs, 599 and number 600. So congratulations. He did that in Detroit and helped the Twins beat the Tigers. So Jim Thome homers twice tonight, and he is the 8th member of that club. That's a pretty good club. 600 home runs.
You could put a big old L next to his name. Legitimate, man. Yeah. From day one, a home run hitter in Cleveland, then on to Philadelphia. And Gio Gonzalez, of course, involved in trade for Gio Gonzalez, or for Jim Thome. So that's saying something for Gio to watch Jim Thome hit his 600 tonight, as he did on TV down in the clubhouse. And Jim did it perfectly. Hit the ball in the bullpen in Detroit, where he got the baseball. Didn't have to worry about negotiating with a fan, as Matsui hit his 500th combined at Comerica Park. Foul pole in right field.
Good fastball there from Gonzalez. So you're telling me that Thome went the other way. What a surprise.
What a shock. Exactly. But I know, talking to some of the guys down in the clubhouse that work in the visiting clubhouse, and Brett and Bo and different guys said, what a gentleman. There's no doubt. Matt Weiss. I mean, these guys see him when he comes into town. There's nobody better than Jim Thome.
Ripped to center. It's hit pretty well. Coco's going back, and it is way out of here. Matt Wieters, deep right center field, and the Orioles lead 1-0. Well, there's a green concrete wall back there, and it looked like it hit about halfway up that wall. Long home run by Wieters.
Well, they want to go up the ladder. They did, but boy, it's something in the future they would not consider. As Matt Wieters shows the power going opposite field. So they threw out Jamal Weeks. Bottom of the first, comes back top of the second. And after 4 ground ball outs and a fly ball out to right field, he smokes a ball to right center.
So here's Mark Reynolds. That's home run number 141 for the Orioles this year. Yankees lead the American League with 157. Red Sox are second with 147. Orioles are third with 141. So at least as far as home runs being hit, they're playing with the big boys.
And Altamont, a high leg kick from the tall one, and he got the foot down with the bat coming through. And the high fastball, maybe not high enough.
Change up, swing and a miss by Mark Reynolds. Reynolds has got 26 home runs, 62 RBIs. The batting average low at 210.
They got him for the number 26, not so much for the 210.
That's exactly right.
Strikeout, but he will hit some home runs, driven in 62.
Got 138 strikeouts on the season. That's low. Only Adam Dunn I should say, has more strikeouts. Dunn has struck out 146 times. Reynolds is second. Austin Jackson is third. And there is number 139 as Gio gets his first strikeout, but a home run by Matt Wieters gives the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Baseball on Comcast Sports in California is brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Checking out the merchandise here at the Coliseum. 1-0. The Orioles lead on the Matt Wieters home run. Willingham, DeJesus, and Brandon Allen against Tommy Hunter. Strike on the outside corner. It's a good curveball from Hunter. Hunter actually, if I remember correctly, I think he started a World Series game last year for the Texas Rangers. Not exactly sure, maybe game 4. So he has gone from that to the bullpen, the minor leagues, and now the rotation for the Baltimore Orioles. Just missed inside with a fastball. 2-2 to Willingham. 19 home runs, 66 RBIs for Willingham, hitting .246.
We just saw the Rangers rotation and saw the numbers they've put up. It's not surprising that Hunter, when he did come back, he had to go to the bullpen.
He actually was pitching pretty well out of the bullpen.
And they needed bullpen help,
yeah,
so it worked
right
out well with. But I think the Rangers were in need of more of a guys out of the bullpen who've been having the success pitching there. Uhara was one they went after.
There's a line drive, and that's a base hit. Jones goes over to cut it off, and Willingham has a leadoff single.
Well, you saw Hunter shake off his catcher, Matt Wieters. Wieters wanted the slider, and he kept shaking with the fastball, and this is what happens. Good fastball, good location, bad results. From the pitcher standpoint, Josh Willingham, though, very strong, good opposite field hitting on a pitch down and away from him. Oh, they added the land from Matsui to DeJesus. That's pretty good. I asked David today, I said, can you ever remember dropping a fly ball? And he said, I don't think I ever have. And he did it yesterday, and he was more shocked than anybody. Yeah, I mentioned to Willingham as we were talking about it. I said, you looked like you were really concentrating on the next fly ball. He said, I got under it. I took a deep breath, and I said, don't drop it.
Yeah.
you just don't see it happen.
No, especially not with he's a good outfielder.
Absolutely. Remember, he went 301 games without an error. Jesus did, and there was a throw back in from the outfield that cost him the first to end the streak.
2-0 to DeJesus.
But as most guys, when an error is made and a couple runs score, he was saying, just please, let's at least tie the game so don't think about it. And even better, Kinsler made a similar error, and ball through his legs the bottom of the inning. The A's got the 2 runs back. Did tie it. Unfortunately, lost it in the 9th inning.
2-0 pitch is a strike.
Well, David, I didn't say that so we'd show it again, but just had it hit in the heel of the glove, see the sun shining brightly in his face, and he goes, I don't believe it. He said, just could not believe. But I think it was the sun field and glove in front of his face, and play that he'll make in his sleep. At that time, it hit the heel of the glove and just had no choice, no chance to retrieve it.
Short lead by Willingham at first. And a foul ball, so the count even at 2-2. He's had their leadoff man on in the first inning. That was Weeks, but he was thrown out trying to steal. The leadoff man on again here in the second. Another foul ball by DeJesus. This one straight back. The A's went on that home run binge where they They were hitting 2 a game. But now they have not homered in the last 4 games. But they had it going on for a couple weeks. And now full count. DeJesus generally makes pretty good contact. Would see if Bob Melvin sends Willingham.
Well, they have to make contact because we've already seen Matt Wieters throw. Yeah. So if there's a swing and miss and he does go, it's a pretty good chance it's going to be a struck him out, throw him out.
He's not running. And the pitch is fouled back.
And that's what the staff looks at. They get the reports on. They get all the stat sheet. They'll see exactly what we have seen, and that's Matt Wieters has a very good percentage of throwing out base runners. And when you combine the move by Tommy Hunter, how quickly he gets the ball to the plate, and Wieters just showed off his arm, so that in itself might deter any future base stealing.
Willingham has inched out just a bit further at first, and he goes this time, and the pitch is hit to right center field, and nobody's going to get it. One ops the wall. Gallega waving Willingham home, and he will score without a throw. And DeJesus has an RBI double, and we're tied at 1.
Josh Willingham left first base in sprinter style, like he thought he might steal it had there been a strikeout, but that was not the case. Wieters coming out from behind the plate, but DeJesus got the high fastball. Ultimo pulled the hands in, and as we have seen him choking up, and DeJesus smoked it into right center. No chance for Marquez to get to it, and with Willingham on the move, scores easily. Not even breathing hard. That's great condition.
Here's Brandon Allen. First pitch is high. Saw some good swings from Brandon Allen on Sunday.
Josh taking off, then momentarily hesitated to make sure the ball was where he thought it had been hit. And good to see him running well because of the Achilles problem. He was DH tonight. So off the turf in Toronto. Bob Melvin kind of alternating. He and Matsui in left field and DHing, which is a nice combination.
Allen was 3 for 4 on Sunday with a couple of singles and an RBI double. So good power to left center field. He hit a ball off the wall in left center for the double.
Well, he was very happy to be a late addition, unexpected when Connor Jackson a little neck stiffness. So Allen got in the game and said he liked it because he got the chance to face a lefty, keep the shoulder in, and perform well against Matt Harrison.
Well, he's taken 3 from Hunter, and it's 3-0. So a single and a double. He's got the A's on the board here in the bottom of the second inning. Hunter pumps a fastball in for a strike on 3-0. That one's ripped down the right field line, but foul.
You look at Allen's size, you're going to see some power from him. Granted, yesterday he stayed inside the ball and hit the ball in the opposite field, but that's a great power stroke from Allen, and it's going to be fun to watch. That sound was great. Just pulled it foul.
Just a slightly open stance. And that one's going to get into left field for a base hit. Just off the end of the bat, Allen will take it. And the A's have first and third, nobody out. It's always nice to see a power hitter go the other way.
Absolutely, and especially with a pitch away from him. And you see all the splinters with the ball hit off the end of the bat. Maybe it cupped out in, but strong enough. The ball tailing away, slicing away from Hardy, who was positioned Allen to pull the ball, but he went against the defense. Nice job of hitting. And that's after pulling a ball foul.
So great opportunity for the A's to grab the lead as Cliff Pennington steps in. Jesus at third, Allen at first with a run already in. Pennington swings and misses at a breaking ball down and in. Pennington with a .256 average, 5 home runs, 36 runs batted in. There's a line drive, base hit left field, and the A's will take the lead. DeJesus trots home. 4 consecutive hits for the A's to open up this second inning.
Great job of just reacting on a high changeup from Tommy Hunter, 82, and Cliff planted the foot, then decided, oh, I think I'll swing. That's about the way it looked. Got it out there, and then just last instant decided to take the pitch. Might have been out of the strike zone, but over it goes head at third. And nice job of hitting by Pennington, and the A's in this inning clean up their hits, hitting the opposite field.
So single, double, single, single, and Kurt Suzuki steps in.
Rick Adair, the pitching coach of the Orioles. It's got to be a job that you're just constantly working, trying to make things better.
First pitch to Suzuki to bunt. Well, the Orioles, remember all the talk at the beginning of the year, Ray, was they had some very good young pitchers that were ready to hit the big leagues. And they were very excited about almost like a kind of a Hudson Mulder Zito thing where they were going to have 3 really good young guys to build around. And they thought this would be the first year where they really all came up together. That one bounced foul. Brian Mattis, Zach Britton, Jake Arrieta, all guys they're very high on. The problem is a couple of them are on the disabled list. I think Brian Mattis is in the minors, and he's supposed to come up tomorrow and pitch. Yeah. So these young guys that they were hoping to arrive, make the big step, have not performed very well. Yeah. So the kind of that master plan with the young pitchers has not gone according to plan.
Well, the expectations hitting-wise, which they have done, shown the home runs, and there are the list. Players on the disabled list. Arrieta, Britton, a couple of guys. Luke Scott, of course, the big power hitter. Brian Roberts, concussion that goes back a long time. Second baseman, the All-Star.
We saw Zach Britton a couple times. If I remember correctly. Ended up 6-9 record. Back to the minors, now on the disabled list. It's tough to predict young pitchers and how they will advance along. It's like that group kind of maybe took a step backward this year, and injuries have been a problem.
So you're saying they're not Jim Palmer and Mike Cuellar,
not yet.
Ed Dobson, Dave McNally, 4 20-game winners of 1971. It may be a while. There is the Hall of Famer, Jim Palmer. How about this? You know why he put the bobblehead there? So he could slap me around while he's in town. He's just over there slapping the face. Taped it to his monitor.
Admiration.
Yeah.
He's staring at you right now.
Right. Working with Jim Hunter. He keeps telling me about a home run that I hit off him, and the left fielder tipped the ball over the fence. Never lets me down.
And Dino is going to turn it, and Suzuki is out at first on a very close play. 6-4-3 on the double play. So he will not give you credit for hitting one over the fence. Huh?
He does try to make you feel better by saying, I hit it well.
Thanks, Jim.
But got some help.
Thanks.
Never gave up a grand slam in his entire career. And to be the first to tell you.
I was going to say, if you don't believe Ray, just go ask Jim, and you'll get pretty much the full breakdown. Pitch by pitch.
He has great recall. There's no doubt his memory is unbelievable. And he is, well, I can't think of many, if any, have ever tried to make it into Cooperstown and then make a comeback.
That's right. Reimold gets back. Side retired, but the A's get a pair on 4 hits. So we're headed to the third. A's 2, Orioles 1.
Fans anywhere is marked $2 Wednesdays. Every Wednesday this season, you can get a Plaza Level, Plaza Outfield, or Plaza Reserve ticket for just $2. Take advantage of this offer for the rest of the summer as the A's match up against the Angels, Rangers, got the Orioles, and more. Get tickets for all Bart $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone. And for more information, order online, visit OaklandAthletics.com. Wednesday, today, Monday. Tomorrow night, and then Wednesday afternoon, the series finale against the Orioles is the next Bart $2 Wednesday. No doubt after free parking tomorrow night and Bart $2 Wednesday.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Awesome.
Man, they're going to be out here. Just can't wait to come out to watch a baseball.
Robert Andino is the leadoff hitter, followed by Josh Bell and then Nolan Reimold. Saw Brian Roberts' name on that disabled list. Roberts has really missed pretty much the whole year. He did play a little bit at the beginning. That's a pretty big guy to be playing without. Leadoff hitter, all-star. So Andino, one of the guys who tried to fill in. .261 with a couple of home runs for Andino. Sharp curveball, but it's low. 3-2. The run for the Orioles came in the second inning, a Matt Wieters home run. Little pop up, foul territory. Allen's over there, and he's going to have enough room. He makes the catch on the move. 1 out. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. Gio Gonzalez, home and road, last 25 in each. 2-7 this year. So the numbers go right along from this year going back to last year. So that's you're talking an ERA 2 runs different, and that's a lot. It almost makes you think. One hopper to Pennington, straightens up, throws, Allen digs it out. Josh Bell is retired.
Say Brandon Allen can play some first base. A strong throw from the outfield for Cliff Pennington. This hard shot by Bell takes him into the outfield, plants, and watch the scoop at first base by Brandon Allen.
Not an easy one.
It's not an easy one. He just made that look very easy, not to mention the play he made in foul territory. Got a chance to look at the glove on the ground and comes up with a nice scoop. Very nice. He probably kept running after the ball in foul territory. I said, when does it ever end?
He had a little room, too.
He did.
So 1-1 the count to Nolan Reimold, who grounded out to Jamal Weeks to start the game. I was talking about Gio, Ray, with those road numbers, and it really makes you think he's too good of a pitcher to have that much of a difference between home and road. It's not uncommon for a guy to have better numbers at home than on the road. This is a guy who is an all-star this year. Good fastball, 92 miles an hour, and gets his second strikeout, does Gio Gonzalez. Bottom of the third coming up. 2-1 A's. Ray, question. Karen from Rio Linda asked, how can you tell what the pitches are, whether it be a fastball, a slider, curve, changeup? Well, I know my partner can because, well, he was a very fine major league catcher for many years. So you should be able to tell, right?
Well, I just wanted to make sure the sign that I put down, the pitcher threw the pitch.
That's a good start.
Because you don't want to get hit some places when you're looking for one pitch and get another one. That was, you could say, breaking pitch, because there's a difference in slider, curveball, but a lot of times you can look at the velocity of the pitch.
Yep.
You can watch a hitter. He'll tell you whether it's off speed or a fastball. There's your fastball.
I would say if you were at home watching the game, like Karen is wondering, well, what was that? It's probably the miles per hour. It's probably the the easiest way to just kind of decide.
83-mile-an-hour changeup. So that's
movement of the pitch, obviously.
And Tommy Hunter's a 3-pitch pitcher: fastball, curveball, changeup. So anything movement going down, you'd know it's a curveball. Straight, but movement away, in case of a left-hander.
So figure with Tommy Hunter, if you see 90, 91, anywhere in that area, you know it's the fastball.
Changeup that Cliff Pennington hit for a base hit, the one that Jemiah Wakes took. The changeup kind of fades away from the left-handed hitter. Fastball.
And it's bounced towards second. Andino has it.
I think the one that, for example, Rich Harden throws a slider. It's a slider, but if you watch it, it looks like a split finger fastball because it goes straight down, or it does move to the side. It could look like a slider, but people look at that and say, "Oh, it's a nice split finger fastball," because it does go down. But it's a changeup for him. And Michael Wirtz, who's currently on the disabled list, throws a pitch that looks like a splitter, but it's a slider. So just a lot of movement, but watch the hitter.
So that one, 84 miles an hour, and you could tell Coco a little out ahead of it, so that would have been the changeup, right?
Yep, and it's a good pitch. The changeup's a very good pitch to throw, because more times than not, the pitcher throws it just like he throws his fastball. Just has a different grip. And a circle change, which would be 3 fingers.
Watch the swing, Ray.
Yeah.
See, he's out. You see where the ball is? It's off the end of the bat. So there's your changeup.
Yep. And statistically, they know there are so many reports on whether a guy swings at the first pitch, and if he does, you have a good changeup, you throw it, because he's not going to have as an aggressive swing.
So Karen at home now knows if she sees a pitch 90, 91, it's the fastball. 84, 85, it's the changeup. For Tommy Hunter, every pitcher's different. So 1-1 the count to Hideki Matsui, who grounded out to short in the first inning. Matsui has started to cool off a little bit after that hitting streak that got to 15 games. He was 1 for 10 in that Texas series. And that one's lined to right center field, and that's a base hit. Weeder set up inside. He wanted that fastball in a little bit, but Matsui was able to fight it off and hit it hard into right center.
Well, good hitters on a fastball, they will pull their hands in so they can get the good part of the bat on it. Hideki Matsui, watch his hands and his arms, pulls them in, and that way the bat, instead of extending the arms and getting jammed, he brought the hands in so the sweet part of the bat would make solid contact, and it's a solid base hit.
Willingham had a solid hit in the second inning, and he later scored.
That's a check swing foul ball off the catcher.
Well, I think it was a foul ball.
Otherwise, it hit his body.
Because the way it reacted, the ball, it almost looked like a hit by pitch. So I'm not sure what.
Well, it had to have hit his bat. It's not going to change direction that way without hitting the bat or hitting his bat.
Hit the not the knob, but the actual barrel of the bat, I think.
Where the bat was back. Foul ball,
that's looks like the right call by Larry Vanover.
And that simple thing by Bob Melvin, you wonder, well, what's going on? You just want to get confirmation. Sure. You're the manager, instead of just assuming everything. I mean, first of all, the assumption was that it was a foul ball. Then why did 4 umpires have to talk about it? And actually, the pitcher, Hunter, came down, thought it was a foul ball, but evidently Larry Vanover didn't know that. Just couldn't figure out how to change direction and hit the catcher as hard as it did.
Fastball inside corner. Good pitch by Hunter. Willingham took it 1-2. And there's a fastball at the knees, and Willingham knew it. Strike 3 called. That's the first strikeout for Tommy Hunter. A hit and a runner left for the A's. We're through 3. 2-1 Athletics. Inning. Good hitters coming up. It's Hardy, Markakis, Jones, and if anybody were to get on, Vladimir Guerrero. Hardy grounded out to short in the first inning. There's a shot. Diving play by Sogard, and that's out number 1.
Well, the ball was called fair, and looked like Sogard caught the ball in foul territory. That's the surprising thing, but does not take away from the fact that it was a tremendous play by Sogard. Diving, coming up with it, and it was called fair, but what a great play, and it looked like it was going to be.
Yeah,
Not looking from this angle, but that camera angle looked like it was going to be in fair territory. But a tremendous diving play by Sogard. And you know why they showed his uniform, because they know that Cliff Clavin's going to have it cleaned by tomorrow. This ball hooking and diving, ultra-mo. Oh, clearly fair ball. Fortunately, he caught it because that was a double.
Bounced up the middle by Markakis and into center field for a hit. That's just the second hit for the Orioles. The first one was the home run by Wieters. So 1-out hit, and here comes Adam Jones.
One thing Bob Melvin is doing, or actually I think started today, Adam Roden has done a very good job. Video coordinator putting together different things, and they had a series of hitters hitting in a positive video showing guys coming up with hits. Well, he decided to do it defensively. He wanted to show the players their great defensive plays, and if they saw something tonight, they played much better defense tonight for sure, and might add some of these to the highlight reel, because Allen did a very good job. Just saw the play by Sogard. A positive reinforcement. Tried it with the hitting, tried it with the defense, and see if he can help out. But nobody better than Adam Roden when it comes to that.
No.
Put it together. He can do it.
0-1 to Adam Jones. Right there, 0-2. Jones bounced out to Weeks in the second inning. '21 home runs and 72 runs batted in for Adam Jones. Breaking ball off the foot of Jones.
They're talking about Gio Gonzalez, great curveball to the back foot of the right-handed hitters. You'd like to see them swing and miss. I think Jones wishes he would have missed this one. That one off the left ankle. The top of the left ankle, top of the left foot. Trying to walk it off. Well, we congratulate that gentleman right there, Richie Bancels, who is the longtime head trainer for the Baltimore Orioles in his 24th season. He was just inducted into Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame along with a good friend Mike Bordick, former of the A's, and with the Orioles, he and Richie last weekend inducted into the Baltimore Orioles Hall of Fame. Very deserving for Richie Bancels. Been around a long time, 24 seasons as a head trainer. Check the curveball, the left foot right above the left foot, ankle. Chin hurt. Yeah.
Runner goes. He's got him picked off, and now Markakis stops, and he's going to be in a rundown, and Allen puts the tag down, and he's out. So the goals are caught stealing as Markakis was off and running.
Well, nicely done by Allen. Of course, the throw initially coming from Gio Gonzalez. A nice throw by Allen, and Cliff Pennington just running all the way. And never did make the throw, didn't fake, but look how Allen, what a great job coming to get the ball. And then Pennington running him back almost too far, but the quick throw to Allen, it played the tag, and is just 1-3-6-3, caught stealing. Back to Gio, throws to first, and just like that, inning is over. Bottom of the fourth coming up, it'll be DeJesus, Allen, and Pennington, 2-1 A's. Brought to you by AT&T. What player holds the Orioles record for most home runs by a third baseman in a season? Well, Mark Reynolds hits a lot of home runs, but he's playing first base now. He is on the leaderboard. Batista leads with 34, Granderson 33. How about Granderson? Shara? Batista's been on 33 for a while. Hope he stays there through the weekend.
That's right. We'll see him for 4 games.
Yeah.
Well, neither the Yankees or the Red Sox are playing tonight. So Boston with a half-game lead over New York in that AL East. That big series down in Anaheim is underway. It's the Texas Rangers 2 and the Angels 1 in the third inning. Agondo and Richards is the matchup.
Probably about 43,000 people there, and all in red.
And they'll be into it.
Yeah.
Reimold on the move. Backhand makes the catch.
You always have to know, as a visiting team, you're leading late in the game, you're always going to have to see the rally mode. So that's part of being at Angel Stadium. A's have one more trip to Southern California. After the next trip back east, that will be it for this season, heading back east. At least farther than Texas.
Allen takes high. No, high strike call. That's a 4-game series down there in Anaheim. Including that game tonight, those two teams still have 10 games left against each other. 7 in Anaheim, 3 in Texas. And again, that includes tonight's game. But with the Rangers sweeping the A's over the weekend and the Angels losing 2 out of 3 in Toronto, so Texas picked up 2 games. Their lead is now 4 in that AL West. Base hit Brandon Allen. So Brandon Allen has 5 hits in the last 2 games.
Well, it takes
no cheapies either.
No, takes a high strike, then a change up away, and they try to go up with a fastball. He just hits right on top of the ball on a 91-mile-an-hour heater. And so both pitchers tonight have gotten a couple of strikes on the hitter. Catcher's moved up, trying to throw a high strike or high fastball. One resulted in a home run to right center by Wieters, and this one a solid base hit by Brandon Allen.
7 hits for the A's. The Orioles have just 2. So Pennington hits. And he skies one. Foul territory, long run for everybody involved in an Orioles uniform. And the third baseman, Bell, makes the play. Terrific play by Josh Bell. I don't know if anybody else was going to catch it. I think he was the only guy, and he made a terrific play.
And he probably didn't think he was going to catch it. Just realized there is a lot of foul territory. Get back home in Baltimore. No way he's going to run a sprint of about 100 yards. Approaching the mound, kind of veers off to the right. And that's the best news for him, because if he had continued to run, he would have fallen. Reimold there, but a web gem. Literally in the web.
Nice play.
Very nice.
So here's Suzuki now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch strike. The Blue Jays and the Mariners are underway in Seattle. 4-4 game in the 3rd. Henderson Alvarez pitching for Toronto. Michael Pineda for Seattle. Alvarez, the rookie who made his major league debut against the A's last week. So a 4-4 game in the 3rd. The A's don't want anything to do with being in the cellar in the AL West. They're just a half game ahead of the Mariners. Yeah, I said the Yankees are not playing tonight, Ray, and I was wrong. They are playing. They're playing in Kansas City. They're winning 7-4 in the 9th inning. So if they are to hold on, they would get back to a tie with the Red Sox. But Boston has the night off. The Yankees do not. Suzuki swings and misses, and the count is 1-2.
One thing, the sweep by the Rangers, and as you mentioned, the Angels losing 2 or 3, it gives the Rangers in that series, probably allows them to relax a little bit, knowing they have a 4-game lead with a 4-game series there. course, from the Angels' standpoint, they'd like to win 3 or 4, if not sweep.
Well, as we've all seen, Ray, generally, when it comes to the standings, you gain ground quickly and you lose ground quickly. That's just seems to be the way it works. Suzuki pokes one shallow center field. Adam Jones is there. He's got it. Side retired. A runner left for the A's after the base hit by Allen. And we are through 4, 2-1 A's. What player holds the Orioles record for most home runs by a third baseman in a season? Former Athletic Tony Batista.
Oh,
he of the unorthodox day.
Exactly.
31 in 2002. I could not have remembered that he played with the Orioles.
Well, I remember he played. As a matter of fact, when Miguel Tejada went there, he wore number 10 because of Batista. He wore number 4 with the A's, of course.
First pitch strike to Vladimir Guerrero. He thought it was outside.
How would he know? He swings at everything. His body had turned and looked towards the A's dugout when the pitch was thrown. I don't even know if he saw it.
He doesn't argue a whole lot.
No.
Guerrero hit a fly ball to right field in the first inning. Career numbers for Vladimir Guerrero. He's got 446 career home runs, and he has 2,534 career hits. He's been an MVP. Got career batting average right around 300.
A great season last year with the Texas Rangers, except when he tried to play the outfield in the World Series in San Francisco. Not a good place to play your designated hitter in right field at San Francisco.
You know, it's too bad too for him. He really had a terrific season.
Sure.
But I think a lot of people remember the season Guerrero of 2010 for the struggles he had in a very he played one game, I think, in that
the first game.
And he did not look good. High fastball, and Guerrero strikes out.
The home run hitting club at Joe Gonzalez doing a very good job challenging these hitters with a good fastball.
Number 32.
Got Reynolds with a 3-2 fastball. You got Raimo, and now Guerrero. Guerrero was outstanding with the Rangers and coming off a very good season. I think wanted a 2-year contract. He ended up signing a 1-year deal late with the Orioles.
February 18th, and that's about when spring training starts.
He came out swinging, though, as he always does.
Yeah, he was a big part of the Rangers' success. I mean, just obviously statistics-wise, he was scary right in the middle of that lineup. Two and one to Matt Wieters, who homered in the second. Three and one. The fastball just away to Wieters. Wieters' home run in that second inning was to just a little bit to the right of straightaway center field. Drives this one pretty well. DeJesus going back. He's near the wall, and he makes the catch right up against the wall. 2 outs.
Another fine defensive play by an A's player. DeJesus. Someone up in right field stands, and he just acknowledged that, yes, he made a great catch to the warning track right at the wall. And an outfielder feels the warning track at his feet. He knows he has about 3 giant steps before he's going to bang into the wall. But DeJesus played it perfectly, loving his right hand, reached up and brought it down as Matt Wieters tried to duplicate what he did in his last at bat.
Sharp breaking ball is low to Reynolds. Reynolds struck out in the second inning. Well, 3-0. We talk about Reynolds, lots of power, and obviously he strikes out a lot. He does walk a lot as well. He's walked 59 times this year.
And he might have a green light. Yeah. Look out. Home run hitters usually do.
And that one just outside, so it's a 2-out walk to Reynolds. First walk for Gio Gonzalez. So Robert Andino steps in. Fouled out to Brandon Allen in the third inning.
Number 11, Robert Andino.
First pitch off speed, strike to Andino, hitting in the A spot. Jesus racing into foul territory, but it'll be into the seats. So Gonzalez ahead of Andino, 0-2. Nice block by Suzuki.
Gio staying primarily with a fastball tonight. Some good change-ups, not a lot of curveballs. That's what he tried to get Andino to offer at, but wasn't close enough for him to swing.
Orioles do not steal a lot of bases. They have 47 on the year. That's the second fewest in the American League. One's high, 2-2.
Did they say hi to Comcast?
It did. It was some Comcast fans, Geo fans.
Let's go to Geo. You're on what? Oh, my fantasy team. We can't see that part. That's all he cares about.
Where would the world be without fantasy baseball, fantasy football?
So I'm surprised you put it in that order. You have fantasy football?
No, I don't.
Oh, that impresses me. I thought maybe.
my fantasy happened last year in February.
Oh, Gio's on all three. Hey, Comcast Sportsnet, California. You got to put California on there.
That's right. Not to be confused with our sister station, Bay Area. Just a bit outside, so now a full count. 2 outs. That'll have Reynolds on the move.
And seems to be a lot of concern about Reynolds. Gio picked off Marquez last inning. And from 0-2 now to 3-2 to Andino. And at this point, Reynolds will be running regardless.
There he goes, and the pitch is rolled foul. .75 pitches for Gio. We're in the 5th. He's trying to break a 4-game losing streak. He lost to the Yankees, the Twins, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays. Last win was July 17th. It was the series right after the All-Star break. Beat the Angels. And Dino, another foul ball. Well, the Orioles are making Gio work here in the 5th inning, even though they have just the one base runner, and that was the Reynolds walk. They have fouled off a lot of pitches.
3-1 to Wieters, 3-0 walked Reynolds, and now 3-2 with a total of 8 pitches to Andino on this bat, with the 9th one coming up.
Big chopper. Pennington charges. Go across the diamond in time, and that'll do it for the Orioles. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It'll be Sogard, Weeks, and Crisp. 2-1 A's. California is brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Whether it's a steam train through the Redwood Forest or the beach train to Santa Cruz, Roaring Camp is the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. A's 2, Orioles 1. It is the bottom of the 5th from the Coliseum. Eric Sogard to lead it off, who hit a fly ball to left field to end the second inning. It's another one toward left field. Reimold is under it, and that's out number 1.
Now batting,
7
second
pitches
baseman,
for
number 19,
Tommy Hunter in the game. So he and Gio pretty close in the pitch count. And outside of giving up the 4 consecutive hits when the A's got the 2 runs, Hunter has pitched fairly well in this game. Not walked anybody. He's got 1 strikeout. First pitch breaking ball, and it's a bit low. Tigers lost tonight. That was the Jim Thome game where Thome hit a couple of home runs. Cramp out for him. Ow. That looks like it hurts.
This is a routine that he attaches, kind of a, this would be like a bungee cord that he stretches, attaches it to the side, the rail, and stretches. And I asked him about it, and he said it's just a matter of just trying to get everything loose. Doesn't want to be shocked when he gets on the mound to start throwing, but every day that's his routine.
Well, the conspiracy theories around baseball would say he's given signs.
Yeah,
right? We've heard a lot of that lately.
He better have good eyes if he's doing that.
Well, you never know, Ray, I tell you. Where were we? We were just somewhere where the Toronto, where the big story was that the Blue Jays had a gentleman in a white shirt in section 121.
White shirt or white suit?
Was it a white suit?
All white.
And he was giving signs. And the Blue Jays, it sounded like they thought it was the Chicago White Sox relievers who caught the guy doing it. Big controversy.
And that he was waving his hand on a certain pitch.
Yeah. The man in the white suit.
But Justin Verlander threw a no-hitter against the Blue Jays. So where was the man with the white suit didn't get a ticket to that game?
I guess not.
Now
we're not saying that it doesn't happen in some ballparks, because there's no doubt in my mind that it does in some ballparks. Do you agree or disagree with me on that?
Well, I can agree with you that it's possible that it would be done. Yeah. But I could also tell you that if a catcher allows that, it's his fault.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you don't assume. I mean, if you've got places, why give just 1 sign? Because typically you give 1 sign with nobody on base.
Sure.
Runner at second base, you give multiple signs, so the runner from second can't relay the signs. But if you get lazy, and even with the runner at second base, there's sometimes a catcher will put down 1 sign. That's pure laziness, because that's a good way to find out and let the runner at second tell the hitter what's coming. And the hitter only wants to know location and maybe off-speed fastball. And when our question about certain pitches, if you're a hitter and somebody tells you what's coming, he can tell you soft or hard.
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to help you.
Sure.
Or location, inside, outside.
And I guess it would, listen, your ballpark would have to set up properly to be able to pull this off, but it does happen.
What if one of the camera guys out in the left center is doing anything strange?
Well, I tell you what, every time a pitch comes, that red light goes on. Something may be up there.
That's true. It's on right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So we got the sign.
You know what? When the red light goes on, something's up.
There it is.
See?
The red light. What about over here? What are you doing?
See, the red light's not on.
But look.
Now, we're joking, of course, but I've had a player say, well, what does that red light going on mean? I said, well, that means that's the camera that's being shown. It has nothing to do with signs or anything like that. Okay, all right.
You could ask.
Not an A's player. This was a while ago.
You could ask Oral Hershiser. He would know what the red light's for because he knows he's on camera.
Oh, 2 to Matsui. Hits it hard right to the shortstop. Hardy steps on the bag. Side retired. So a 2-out hit by Coco Crisp. Nothing else. We go to the 6th. Still 2-1 A's.
Support our local schools. Bring your new school supply donation worth $5 or more to Friday home games, and you get a 2-for-1 field level ticket voucher. Wells Fargo and Oakland School Supply Drive at every Friday home game this season through mid-September, teaming up to make a difference. Friday, Toronto Blue Jays in town. A 4-game series. It starts Thursday.
Josh Bell leading it off, the 9th place hitter. Much better tonight for Gio Gonzalez. Trying to break that 4-start losing streak. It'll be Bell, Reimold, and Hardy. 9-1-2 for the Orioles. Orioles have just 2 hits in the game. 2-2. Josh Bell grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning. The Orioles would love to have Josh Bell win that 3rd base job. He has not been able to take that job over just yet. Big, strong guy, switch hitter. Came over from the Dodgers a couple years ago for George Sherrill. Just a bit inside. That was a pretty close pitch.
Well, I was going to say, he made it look like it almost hit him, but the ball took off on Kurt Suzuki as he kind of backhanded a ball that. Hey, let's see what Tommy Cam said.
Now batting, number 14.
Suzuki took it out of the strike zone, but it looked like from Larry Vanover's standpoint might have caught part of the inside part of the plate as Suzuki set up in the middle, but it just ran on it.
Most walks in the majors, Gio Gonzalez. Not something you'd want to lead the league in. In fact, Gio, just looking at the losing streak where he's lost these 4 starts, his walk total 3, 3, 4, and 5. Anytime you start getting up 4 and 5, that's where certainly trouble starts. Good pitch there, but a little low. Reimold is 0 for 2. Big swing and a miss.
One of the things the A's are talking to Gio about, and you see it differently in the windup and the stretches. Picking up the target. A lot of times certain pitchers will wind up, or in the stretch they will not take their eye off the target. Pick it up immediately and stick with the target. Sometimes Gio picks it up a little bit late.
Pop fly to shallow center. Crisp is under it, and that is out. Number 1. Authentic fans know where to find the best deal in Bay Area baseball. Comcast Sportsnet California's Authentic Fan Fridays here at the Coliseum. $12. Get you a ticket in our value deck behind home plate. It gets you an authentic A's fan t-shirt, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher. The next Authentic Fan Friday is this Friday when the Toronto Blue Jays are in town. Log on to csncalifornia.com to get your tickets. First pitch to J.J. Hardy is in first strike. Bell, the runner at first. Another fastball, strike 2 called. So Hardy, who's a pretty aggressive hitter, has taken 2 fastballs, both called strikes. And then he swings at a fastball about 2 feet up and out of the strike zone, and Gonzalez says, I'll take it, as he gets his 4th strikeout.
Well, that's always tough for a hitter to walk back to the dugout knowing that he took strikes and swung at balls, and that's not a good sign.
So I'm sure a frustrating at bat for J.J. Hardy. Here's Nick Markakis. Markakis had a single in the 4th inning. .285 for Markakis. The Rangers have scored 3 times in the top of the 5th inning. They lead the Angels now 5-1. Still batting in the top of the 5th. They just scored, I'm telling you. I wouldn't lie to you. Michael Young with a 2-run single. Just a bit high, 2-0. Adam Jones in the on-deck circle. Toronto has taken a 5-4 lead over Seattle in the 4th inning. Yankees won that game 7-4 in Kansas City. So the Yankees and the Red Sox are tied. Both are 73 and 46.
They're playing for the division, the other for the wild card. Just a matter of who gets what.
Markakis, high and foul. That record by both the Red Sox and the Yankees, second best in baseball behind the Phillies, who are 78 and 41. The Phillies will have the night off tonight. Markakis, a liner into the glove of Weeks. Side retired, so the leadoff walk does no damage. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Josh Willingham to lead it off. A's leading 2-1. Light freeze cam. Coors Light freeze cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. Beautiful night at the ballpark. 2-1. The A's leading the Orioles.
It was great to see Mickey Morabito come in the booth. Say hello.
Oh, he's the best. I mean, when a guy can come in your booth, spend 15 to 20 seconds in there, and make you laugh very hard within that 20-second time frame, there's an art to that. The great Mickey Morabito. He's a beauty.
And we were laughing.
He's great. Director of Team Travel, Mickey Morabito. Swing and a miss. So on 3 pitches, Willingham strikes out. Second strikeout for Hunter. They've both been Willingham.
And some pretty good sliders to the A's. Powerful right-hander. Good slider. Opened up just enough, pulled off the pitch, and no contact made.
So one out for DeJesus. Nelson Cruz has hit a 2-run homer for the Texas Rangers, and they have now scored 5 times in that 5th inning to take a 7-1 lead over the Angels. So Texas continues to roll. I mentioned earlier that the Tigers lost their game 9-6 to Jim Thome and the Twins. So Indians not playing tonight, but they pick up a half a game. So Detroit's lead over the Tribe is now 2, and just 3.5 over those Chicago White Sox. Hardy backhands, guns it to first. Nice play.
A's 4th fireworks show of the season is on Saturday, August the 20th. That's this Saturday. The show set to Elvis hits and presented by Chevron begins after the A's play the Blue Jays at the Coliseum. Bring the family your picnic blankets and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Another good fireworks show here at the Coliseum. And Clay Wood has been working hard on this outfield grass, so you can come and bring your blanket and enjoy getting out on the outfield and playing a little catch while the fireworks are getting ready to play or shoot off, and get the folks out of the center field so they shoot the fireworks and enjoy another evening. Elvis, that should be nice tunes for the fireworks.
1-1 to Brandon Allen, who has had another good game at the plate. Couple of singles. So going 3 for 4 yesterday, 2 for 2 tonight. Softly hit to center field, and that's going to drop in for a hit in front of Adam Jones. Brandon Allen is 3 for 3.
Now you see, you hit the ball hard enough, the outfielders start to play deeper. And then you just take one that you get jammed, and it lands in front of Adam Jones, a pretty good center fielder. Big, strong swing by Brandon Allen, and ball doesn't go anywhere. Jones couldn't get to it. Smartly played it on the hop, keeping him at first base.
You can almost understand why an outfielder would not initially break in when you see a guy swing like that.
Exactly.
Big, strong, aggressive swing.
But I think Reimold in left field, that's almost playing right behind the shortstop. That is very shallow. We have seen a lot of outfielders play shallow, but Reimold playing with Pennington. Of course, Pennington hit a single his way, and his first at bat drove in a run. The second run, that's a difference in the game.
2-0 to Pennington. That one's in for a strike. After the RBI single by Pennington in the second, he was, I don't know, can you be robbed on a foul ball? I guess you can. Robbed of another opportunity. Yeah, you get a foul ball down the left field line that Josh Bell made a very nice play on near the bullpen mound. Mike Napoli, a home run right after Nelson Cruz. So it's now 8-1 Texas. Pitch number 92 from Tommy Hunter. Brandon Allen runs. It's hit to left field. Reimold's right there. Side retired. So another hit for Brandon Allen. He is stranded. We're going to the 7th inning. It's 2-1. The A's lead.
Roy says, how about these plays? Cliff Pennington, the outfield grass. Watch a scoop on the other end by Brandon Allen. What a great play. And then this one by Derek Silgard, robbing a double, taking a double away. That ball is in fair territory. David DeJesus against the wall in right field against Matt Wieters. Had already hit a home run. Hey, we forgot about the play. It was made by Brandon Allen right down the foul, down by the bullpen. Ran hard, made the play. So a lot of great plays made defensively by the A's tonight. So that's encouraging, because this weekend there were not a lot of good ones made. A lot of bad plays. But tonight, maybe it's all Adam Roden picking up, showing all of those excellent plays made by the A's defense. Various players.
95 pitches for Gio Gonzalez. And Adam Jones got a breaking ball and hits it right up the middle for a base hit.
Well, Adam Jones wearing the protection on the left ankle, above the ankle where he got hit in his last at bat. A curveball, but Gio Gonzalez rolled this one as somebody in the bullpen is starting to get loose. DLS, De Los Santos takes off 3 layers of jackets. And the 7th inning is the critical inning for the Athletics. As we know, Grant Balfour has the 8th and Andrew Bailey the 9th. It would be nice if Gio could get through this 7th inning. Turn it over to the 8th and 9th inning guys with the lead. He's trying to win his 10th of the season, try to end a 4-game losing streak.
1-0 to Guerrero. But it'd be a good challenge for Gio. It's Guerrero and then Wieters and then Mark Reynolds. All 3 guys with very, very good power. The lefty Fuentes also up with De Los Santos. There's a shot to left field, and that's a base hit. Guerrero hit a fastball. So back-to-back singles to open up the 7th. So now Gio's really going to have to bear down. Matt Wieters is the hitter. Wieters is a switch hitter.
Well, look at the hitting by Vladimir Guerrero. That 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Try to go inside. Watch him pull the hands in. Boy, he's so strong. And you think you can throw a fastball by him. I don't care if it's 103. He'll find a way to hit it. A very good fastball hitter.
So here's Wieters. 2 on, nobody out. Wieters this year has been a much better hitter right-handed than left-handed. 320 right-handed, but just 234 left-handed. Ron Romatic quickly out of the dugout. Saw Gio right at 100 pitches. So really, Ray, this is the first time that Gio's been in trouble. In fact, looking at the card, this is the first time that they've had a runner in scoring position. Wieters, of course, hit the home run. So Gio's been excellent tonight, but in some trouble here in the 7th. Breaking ball is low. 2-0.
Well, that's some good numbers for Gio with runners in score position, and first time tonight the Orioles have had one there, but also 7 ground ball outs. Would like to get 2 more with a double play.
I think sometimes hitters get a little anxious with runners in scoring position, and if you get anxious against Gio, you're going to probably swing at pitches that aren't strikes. And I think that has a lot to do with that number that we just saw. Wieters is not being anxious. He's laid off 3 pitches, and it's 3-0. Jones at second, Guerrero at first. Fastball right down the middle, 3-1. Weeks trying to hold Jones close, and he's got a pickoff play, and Jones is able to get back.
Jones a good base stealer and a good base runner, but well, you got the power in the batting order, even though it's a lower part of the order, but still a lot of power.
Three-one pitch, good pitch at the knees, and it's 3-2.
I would not think Waiters would have been looking for anything other than a fastball. Maybe he thought it's a little low and couldn't pull the trigger, but a perfectly thrown pitch by Gio.
Runner's not moving, and that one is just a bit low. Didn't have to be a ball. Very close.
3-2 changeup.
So Bob Melvin's going to make the move when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change, tune-up and smog experts. Faustino De Los Santos will come in to face Mark Reynolds with the bases loaded.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
So the base is loaded, nobody out for the Orioles top of the seventh. Very close pitch to Matt Wieters. What do you think, folks? 3-2.
3-2 changeup, and first of all, how did Wieters take it? I mean, he took 3 pitches in succession. He definitely had the plate and had to be the height for Larry Vanover that he didn't like, and Wieters is a tall player. But long swing the bat. I mean, that's just one that you figured 3-2, but falling behind 3-0, he took 3, 2 fastballs and then the changeup. So De Los Santos trying to be Houdini.
He faces Mark Reynolds. First pitch right there for a strike. Well, the good news is Reynolds strikes out a lot. The bad news is he's got a lot of power and he likes fastballs. 140 the career average with the bases loaded. That's outside in the count 1-1.
De Los Santos has very good fastball, good slider. It's just sometimes he tries to overthrow. And Gio, who is out of the game, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 105 pitches.
Strike outside corner, good pitch.
throw that 100 times, that's 100 strikes.
Yep.
And they won't pull the trigger either. Well, starts out, comes back just enough to catch the corner.
There's that slider that misses outside, so the count even at 2-2. Jones at third, Guerrero at second, Wieters at first. And that is the on-deck hitter, Robert Andino. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 95 miles an hour. So Reynolds strikes out for the second time.
Well, that is a huge strikeout, but you talk about some perfectly thrown pitches. The 3 fastballs just nailed the outside corner, and Reynolds with a big swing but could not catch up. He was late anyway with a swing. Not only 95 miles per hour, but right on the corner.
So 1 out. Here's Andino. Andino drives one center field. That's hit well. Chris going back, and it's over his head, up off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Wieters stops at third, and Robert Andino doubles over the head of Coco Crisp in center field.
Well, they talk about location. You could take the 3 pitches that were called strikes to Reynolds, and the first pitch Andino got from on the corner to down the middle. Look at this location. Right in the middle of the plate, belt high.
Now batting, number 25.
And not much Coco could do. He raced as hard as he could.
And he was not playing shallow either.
No, he was not. The ball was just smoked over his head, then hit the warning track and bounced up.
So big hit for Andino. Now the infield comes in with Josh Bell, the hitter. Swings around to hit from the left side. Jones and Guerrero score on the play. Bell swings and misses, and it's 0-2. A ground out and a walk for Josh Bell. This is our first look at him batting left-handed. Nice play by Suzuki. Another hard slider from De Los Santos. So the Orioles grab the lead here in the 7th inning, 3-2. First fastball that Bell has seen from De Los Santos.
But I think we were all hoping that the 2nd inning, which the A's put 4 runners on base, so lead off the inning, 4 consecutive hits. We could only get 2 runs out of it. Made it a 2-1 game, but no offense since then. A few hits, but not any more runs.
Well, we said it at the time, Ray. It felt like the A's scored 3 or 4 runs, but they only scored 2. In the dirt, Suzuki, a very nice block. Interesting, when the slider hits the dirt, Ray, the ball usually bounces the other way, right?
Exactly.
I know that's, you would know a lot better than I would.
Just spins and comes back, and Kurt Suzuki moved in the direction and fortunately hit his glove softly enough to keep it close enough that runner at third could not attempt to score.
(3-2) to Bell. He bounces that one, and that's going to get through in the center field for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and it's 5-2 Orioles. Josh Bell, there's bounced one right over the bag and into center field.
He started the at bat 0-2. and then could not do anything with the next three. Bounced a couple and then came back with a 3-2 fastball again down the middle. So the consistency in which De Los Santos pitched to Reynolds, the strike came out, looked very encouraging, but he's not made similar pitches since. It's been very costly.
So 4 runs for the Orioles, and they're still batting here in the 7th, as now it's the top of their order in Nolan Reimold. Good pitch there with the fastball. Reimold is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, struck out, and flied out. Remember 2 years ago, the Orioles thought they may have a budding star in Nolan Reimold. He was called up, and he played 104 games. He had 279 with 15 home runs. Boy, he looked like a fine young player. But last year, just a 207 average in only 39 games. I think the Orioles are saying, wait a minute, where's the guy from 2009? And he has not regained that magic yet. Still a young player. But 0-2 pitch. He swings and misses. So on 3 pitches, Reimold strikes out for the 2nd time. And I remember they were saying, hey, we got Reimold, Jones, and Markakis.
Right. Luke Scott was in the mix also. Big, powerful left-handed hitter. But the Orioles have done in this inning what the A's could not do in the 2nd. They've put together 4 hits plus a walk, but they've scored 4.
First pitch to Hardy, breaking ball low. Hardy is 0 for 3. So the top 2 hitters in this Orioles lineup are combined 0 for 7. It's really been the lower hitters that have done some damage. Hardy with a little bit of a unique stand. Kind of holds those hands a little lower than most hitters.
Lower and out front of his body.
Skies one to shallow center. Crisp is under it. He's got it, and that's the game. That's the inning. But 4 runs for the Baltimore Orioles. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-2 Baltimore. 5-2. The Orioles lead the Athletics thanks to the 4-run top of the 7th inning. So the A's have 3 more shots at Hunter, and then it'll be the Orioles bullpen. Hunter sitting at 92 pitches through 6 innings. A's will have Suzuki, Sogard, and Weeks here in the 7th. Suzuki has hit into a double play and hit a fly ball to center field. Mike Gonzalez throwing for the Orioles. Adam Jones got a good break. He's over there, and he makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 7th. So Sogard will get his 3rd at bat. He's at a pair of fly balls to left.
Now batting, 3rd baseman, number 36, Eric Sogard.
So he has 5 hits in 29 at bats so far this year. Well, the Orioles, they made that trade to get Tommy Hunter. They also traded Derek Lee. Derek Lee was signed in the offseason to play first base. But the Orioles traded him to the Pirates at the trade deadline. They really wanted to improve their offense. They signed Lee and Guerrero and traded for Reynolds and traded for Hardy. So that's 4 significant moves to improve the offense in the offseason. Hardy certainly worked out. Guerrero is so-so. He's been hurt some. Derek Lee was traded.
Then you look at the record of the Orioles and start trading away some of those pieces that maybe can bring somebody, because they figure they're not going anywhere.
Well, with Tommy Hunter came Chris Davis. Of course, we've seen Chris Davis, first baseman, 3rd baseman. Spent a fair amount of time in the big leagues with the Rangers. Really was, Chris Davis was kind of given the job, but he just never could stay consistent.
Making contact was a difficult thing for him to do. But maybe a change of scenery will help him.
Two pitches high. So 3-2 to Sogard with Weeks in the on-deck circle.
Look at Tommy Hunter, and I think of Sir Sidney Ponson, who pitched for the Orioles. Similar size. Not so much facial, but size-wise.
Wonder what Sir Sidney Ponson is doing right now.
I'd hate to even find out.
I bet he's enjoying himself.
Oh, yeah. Somewhere he's enjoying himself. Sir Sidney.
He had a good time as a big leaguer. 3-2 pitch is hit into left field for a base hit. Sogard has a 1-out hit.
Sunday, August the 21st, 7,500 kids 14 and under will receive a kids exercise mat presented by Washington Hospital. The all-foam mat and A's Green is a great giveaway for your active kids. For more information and to purchase tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets.
Top of the order, Jamal Weeks. A's trying to string some hits together. Weeks takes a bit outside. 103 pitches for Tommy Hunter. Remember, this is just Tommy Hunter's 3rd start in the big leagues with the Orioles. His pitches in his first 2 starts, 79 and 89. believe Buck Showalter. We got 1 foot out to the mound as he keeps a close eye on Hunter.
Well, they might have a bad record, but just like the A's, just trying to win every game, trying to show improvement. Nothing better to help a ball club than to put W's on the board and in the standings.
3-1 now to Weeks. Weeks had a base hit in the first inning. He has since grounded out and hit a fly ball. Good swing there, and it's a full count. Coco Crisp in the on-deck circle. Rangers leading the Angels 8-2 in the 7th inning. Jays leading the Mariners 5-4 in the 7th inning. Weeks swings and misses, and that's strikeout number 3 for Tommy Hunter.
Very long swing by Jamal Weeks, and a huge swing. Follow through, no contact, and
number 4,
just a little bit late on the fastball from Tommy Hunter. Like the first inning, Jamal Weeks got a curveball from Hunter that he served nicely into left center with a couple of strikes.
So 2 outs for Crisp. It's amazing if your swing just gets even a little bit long. A 90-91 mile-an-hour fastball would go right by you.
Short and sweet, especially with 2 strikes, enables you to protect a little bit.
Crisp is lined out. Hit a fly ball to right field, and then he singled in the 5th, so Coco's 1 for 3. 110 pitches for big Tommy Hunter. Buck Showalter maybe seeing what he's got with the big right-hander. Or he may be saying, show me what you got.
That's right. Auditioning.
Gonzalez, a left-hander, has been throwing for a while in the bullpen. He could be ready for Matsui. 3-1.
Coco and Arlington in July. That's the 1 home run he hit in the month of July. And that came very hot, Arlington, Texas.
Three-one pitch. He walked him. So the A's will get the tying run to the plate. Buck goes into the jog. He points to the bullpen. So the first walk that Hunter issues in this game is the last hitter he faces. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change. Tune up and smart experts. 7th. It's Hideki Matsui with Sogard at second and Crisp at first.
Well, 8 home runs against lefties for Matsui of his 11 that he sent to hit this season. Fastball, slider, split finger fastball from the lefty.
Got the first pitch. He didn't miss it by much, but it's going to go into the glove of Nick Markakis. So on one pitch, Gonzalez retires Matsui. The A's strand a pair. California is brought to you by Cash Creek's Money Tree. Win $500 cash every hour from noon till 11 p.m. Visit cashcreek.com for details. 8th inning from the Coliseum. It's the Orioles 5 and the A's 2 in game 1 of this 3-game series. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts as Breslow comes in, the left-hander. De Los Santos goes an inning, gives up a couple of hits and a run with a couple of strikeouts. Markakis takes outside. A's with 10 hits in the game. The Orioles with 6. But the score column, the only one that really matters. A's have stranded 7 and the Orioles lead by 3. Remnants from the weekend. C.J. Wilson. Sure, C.J.'s really bothered by that. 2-1 to Markakis, who is 1 for 3. He bounces one. Allen has it. He'll take it himself. And that's out number 1. So Adam Jones steps up. Jones got that 4-run 7th inning started with the single to center field.
And a curveball that kind of stayed up to him. Fastball to Guerrero, try to get inside. Then a walk on a very good 3-2 changeup by Gio Gonzalez to Matt Wieters that for some reason he decided to take and was not called by Larry Vanover.
We thought it was a strike.
Yeah.
Changeup drops low to Jones.
I think what the starter's going to have to start doing is go 7 innings. Yep. Since Brad Ziegler was traded, Joey Devine back to AAA. It's kind of been a tough inning for the A's to kind of bridge to Balfour and Bailey. Tonight, the 7th inning, 4 runs scored by the Orioles. That's the difference in the game.
Jones had a big rip on 2-0. Adam Jones, just 25 years old. Wouldn't be surprised if at some point soon the Orioles lock him up for a while. A couple years left before free agency. And lines that one foul. A good year last year for Jones and a good year this year. Average just a shade under 300. He's got 23 doubles, 21 homers. And he's a Gold Glove center fielder.
Orioles have had some very good center fielders in their great history. One guy I think about is Paul Blair, who could cover a lot of ground. Played behind Jim Palmer, a Hall of Fame pitcher. Played shallow, could come in, could go back to the side. Good hitter, speed.
The Orioles, you know, a lot of people, you think about the Yankees in the 70s because the Yankees won a couple World Series, but the Orioles had some good teams, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Well, we talked about the third baseman, the most home runs, Tony Batista, but there was one Gold Glove third baseman named Human Vacuum Cleaner. And that was Brooks Robinson.
Breslow with a nice play. Well, the Orioles have won 3 World Series, 66, 70, and 83.
Now batting, number
You
27.
guys squared off with them.
Yes.
Guerrero.
The A's and the Orioles played in the ALCS in 71, 73, and 74.
Lost 1-1.
Yep.
Swept by the Orioles in 71. Swept by the Red Sox in 75.
Nice. Remember Ken Singleton and was a big first baseman. Lee May, Boog Powell. They weren't there at the same time, I don't think.
Well, one time they had an infield of Boog Powell, Dave Johnson, Mark Belanger, and Brooks Robinson. And talk about good.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, one of the biggest trades probably from the Orioles and Cincinnati Reds standpoint, Frank Robinson going to the Orioles, I think, in '66 when he won the Triple Crown. Won the Triple Crown in the National League and the American League.
I think somebody gave up on him a little too quick.
Yes. It's like the Giants gave up on Gaylord Perry.
Gaylord Perry, yeah. Allen on the move in foul territory. He's got it. So Breslow has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It'll be Willingham to Jesus and Allen. 5-2 Baltimore. Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 5-6-0 for the Orioles, 2-10-0 for the Athletics. The difference in the game, the 4-run 7th inning by Baltimore. Tommy Hunter gave up a lot of hits, but hung in there pretty well. Gio Gonzalez really had the one bad inning, and that was the 7th. And before that, he was pretty good. Gio cannot win it tonight. So Willingham leading it off. Mike Gonzalez, the lefty, who threw one pitch in the 7th inning and got Hideki Matsui out with 2 on and 2 out. So Gonzalez goes back out there for the 8th inning. Willingham is 1 for 3.
He swept the Orioles here. This was a 3-run home run. Again, a 3-run home run in the, let's say, Saturday game. It was after Moscoso gave up a run, or 4 runs, and the A's came back and scored 4 to make it 5-4. Thanks to a 3-run home run by Willingham.
A couple of home runs this year for Willingham against the Baltimore Orioles. Good fastball there, up and in a little bit. Willingham strikes out for the 3rd time. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Remember 2 years ago, the Orioles signed Mike Gonzalez to be their closer. Gave him a 2-year contract with a fair amount of money. But he had arm troubles really immediately. And missed quite a bit of time last year due to those arm troubles. Good breaking ball to David DeJesus. Gonzalez just pitched in 29 games last year. Ahead of David DeJesus, 0-2. And that is a fastball right there, strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gonzalez.
I didn't think Larry Vanover was going to call it. It looked like a pretty good pitch. And about a 4-second delay. Jesus looking back saying, what are you going to call? And he called the strike.
So here's Brandon Allen. Been a good story. 3 for 3 tonight with 3 singles. 3 for 4 yesterday with a couple singles and a double. Gonzalez looks like he's got pretty good stuff tonight.
Yes, he does. Especially it's very tough on lefties.
He's a guy who'll be a free agent at the end of the year, but you watch him pitch. He's only 33 years old. You got to believe somebody would give him a contract. How could you not? A lefty with good stuff. Swing and a miss by Allen. So Mike Gonzalez strikes out the side in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sports news for the Bay Area fan. It's Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Hyundai. It's tonight at 10:30, and it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Highlights from here at the Coliseum and lots of football. Dante Culpepper could be a 49er. It would be the Raiders and the Niners. Annual exhibition matchup. That'll be Saturday at Candlestick Park. Scott Reese and Damon Andrews will host. Hey, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Tristan Magnuson takes over. So it's been Gonzalez, De Los Santos, Breslow, and now Magnuson, who is making his 9th appearance.
Talked to Tristan Magnuson after his last start. I know he had talked about a split finger fastball he's working on at AAA. Said it looked like he threw some good ones. He said, no, those are sliders. So I said, well, they went down. So see, that's that fan that asked our question about the pitches.
Sometimes you got to know each individual pitcher, I guess, and their stuff.
And which is good from the standpoint that it's a pitch that maybe some hitters were thinking. It's breaking down like a split finger fastball, but it was a slider. It's a good tilt on it, as they say, and it was going down and a swing and a miss.
Here's Mark Reynolds. Reynolds has struck out twice and walked. The Mariners have taken the lead over the Blue Jays 6-5, that game in the 8th inning. Angels are trying to come back against Texas. Texas 8, Angels 4, top of the 8th inning. That one's drilled to left and it's hit well, and that is gone. 6-2 Orioles lead. Reynolds with home run number 27.
Oh, and he makes contact, and sure, he strikes out a lot, but when you look at him, you don't think he has the size to generate the power that he does, but Mark Reynolds is powerful, and this is in slow motion. You won't hear it. You just see the swing, but listen, and that says it all right there. Crushed to left center, no doubt. Heavy air, nighttime at the Coliseum, no such thing for that ball. Cut right through it.
So he ties Paul Konerko for 4th in the league in home runs. So Wieters with a solo homer, Reynolds with a solo homer. But the biggest hit in this game belongs to the gentleman in the batter's box, Robert Andino. A 1-out, bases loaded double that scored 2. And it turned a 2-1 A's lead into a 3-2 Orioles lead.
And that was after a strikeout to Reynolds and a perfectly thrown fastball, but Andino didn't wait. Bell-time fastball, first pitch.
Andino, not a real big power guy, but he hit it over the head of Coco Crisp, and it one-hopped the center field wall. Jamal Weeks, a couple steps in, he's got it, throws out Andino. Well, make sure you join us tomorrow to be the second game of this 3-game series, and we'll have it for you right here in Comcast Sportsnet California. A's pregame live at 6:30, the ball game at 7. Brian Mattis, Guillermo Moscoso. Complete A's coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. So tomorrow night, game 2 of the series, join us. Moscoso and Brian Mattis, who will be called up from the minor leagues. Josh Bell had a good swing, 1-1 the count. Bell had a 2-run single in the 7th inning.
That also was a big at bat because Santos got ahead of him 0-2 and could not throw a breaking pitch for a strike. Throw him a 3-2 fastball and he hit it. So the add-on runs is what has cost the A's in this game.
Bell also walked in this game and has grounded out, so 1 for 2. Just a bit inside. Bell certainly, with Kevin Gregg, the closer for the Orioles. I'm saying Bell certainly has the look of a power hitter. 6'3", 220 pounds, a switch hitter. He has his second walk tonight.
So you see two guys at first base. The A's Brandon Allen and Bell. Both of them
Now batting,
can
number
provide the
14,
power. Clubs
Nolan
want. I think the A's hoping that their first baseman provides some power.
Yep. Top of the order, Nolan Reimold, who's had a quiet night, 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Shoots this one to shallow right field. De Jesus is coming in. He's got it. Side retired. Home run by Mark Reynolds, his 27th of the year. So it's 6-2 Baltimore. Bottom of the ninth, the Orioles with a 6-2 lead over the Athletics. It'll be Pennington, Suzuki, and Sogard. Orioles go to their bullpen when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's their closer, Kevin Gregg, who comes in a non-save situation. Gregg with the 17 saves this year. One and 2 to Pennington, who is 1 for 3 in the game. A's post-game live coming up immediately following the ball game, so keep it right here in Comcast Sportsnet California. Outfield straightaway and very shallow for Pennington. In fact, Adam Jones is way in center field. Markakis just a couple steps in, but in left and center. They're squeezing Pennington pretty good. 2-2 pitch. Roll foul.
Craig had to spend a little time. I guess he served his suspension for the incident against the Red Sox, where
That's right.
threw inside to Poppy, Big Poppy, David Ortiz.
Can't do that.
No, not in Boston either. And with about an 8-run lead, he swung 3-0. You can't do that either, but he did.
Orioles signed Kevin Gregg to a 2-year, $10 million contract in the offseason. Needed a closer. Popped up. And Bell is going to just run out of room, top of the dugout. So night game tomorrow, day game on Wednesday, and then the Toronto Blue Jays for 4. That is the rest of the week here at the Coliseum. Another foul ball by Pennington.
Well, he had an 11 pitch at bat yesterday, and this is a 10 pitch at bat, trying to wear down Kevin Gregg.
And he gets a base hit, so nice at bat by Pennington.
Francesco's again. Oh, Pennington. Nice day. Time now for the Fremont Bank plays of the game. Brandon Allen, a 3-hit night. That was a ball to left field and a ball up the middle, an 0-2 fastball. And then another base hit up the middle. This one hit softly in front of Adam Jones. So Brandon Allen, a big day yesterday as he faced the lefty and picked up 3 hits. Hits in each of his first 3 at bats. 3 hits tonight. Left Pennington, 11 pitch at bat again.
First pitch, breaking ball, a strike to Kurt Suzuki, who is 0 for 3. So the A's have 11 hits in this game.
Throws a split finger fastball on with a good fastball and slider, but so far having a tough time. And of course, non-safe situations for a closer is always a little difficult. A's would like to make it a little bit more difficult.
Well, they're trying. It's 3-1 now to Suzuki. Kurt looked like he was taken all the way. So the count is full.
That's a good take. Down by 4.
Bounces that one. Bell gives ground and get the out at second. No throw to first. So Suzuki's aboard on the fielder's choice. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. And Sogard will hit.
Now batting third baseman, number 36, Eric Sogard.
Sogard had a hit in the 7th inning. He lined a single to left field. Sogard giving Scott Sizemore the night off. Sizemore had a 1 for 12 series against the Texas Rangers. game's a final now. The Mariners with a couple of late runs. Line drive into the glove of Andino. And that's out number 2. Sogard put a bullet right into Andino's glove.
Well, it looked like he's going to have his second hit tonight, but fortunately for him, as Andino was set up for a possible double play in position, close to second.
So Week steps in for his 5th at bat. He's 1 for 4. So the Mariners win 6-5 over the Blue Jays, scoring late. 9th inning in Anaheim, still 8-4 Texas. Weeks with a single, a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout so far tonight. Good pitch there, right on the outside corner. Moscoso and Mattis tomorrow night here at the Coliseum. Make sure you join us for that. Runner takes off, and it's a foul ball by Weeks down the left side.
Well, these kind of at bats you look at in the case of Jamal Weeks. Got to hit his first at bat, and 0 for 3. So he can go to the plate, and he's thinking, okay, 1 for 5 or 2 for 5, which sounds better? 2 for 5. That's why you take it right down to the end with quality at bats.
Runner goes again, and again a foul ball. So Weeks hanging in there. That's Jim Johnson, who's getting ready just in case. So Suzuki goes to second. Well, the outfielders again playing incredibly shallow. So Weeks has worked it to 3-2. If Weeks can get aboard, Coco Crisp would hit.
Then Matsui.
And then Willingham.
Slam and a solo. Game over. Well, maybe they can wear down Greg in the event the Orioles have a lead tomorrow.
Already have. He's thrown 28 pitches here in the 9th inning. A's have not scored yet. And Weeks breaks his bat, loops one to center field. Jones is under it. He's got it, and that's the ball game. So the Baltimore Orioles take game 1 of this series. 6-2 is the final. And the Athletics have now lost 4 in a row, and they are a season high 15 games under the 500 mark. So Orioles 6, A's 2, and that is your final score. Don't go away. A's post game live with John Henry Smith and Fernando Vina starts right now.